Hi, I'm Chelsea, and today I'm going to be teaching you about still life photography. You might be wondering, why? Chelsea, that's super boring. Well, you're wrong. It's a great exercise for composition because you're organizing all of the objects that you're photographing. It's a good way to practice your lighting, and it's also a good introduction to conceptual art. It's really blending art and science of photography. You're taking objects, you're rearranging them, you're lighting them, and you're finding a concept and introducing some symbolism. So let's get started. I was first inspired to try still life photography when I learned about still life in my art history class. At first, I thought it was just boring pictures of fruit and various objects, but I shortly thereafter learned that it's pretty cool. There's a lot of metaphor. Each thing in the picture symbolizes something, and you can really make a creative picture. So let me tell you how I got started making my still life photo. The first thing that I did was conceptualize it. I actually wasn't anywhere near my camera. I took my notepad here and I drew a picture. I thought of a concept and some props. Now, my theme is going to be my family, Tony and Madeline. Yours could be anything. It could be politics, it could be some view you have on the world, religion, whatever you want to do. When I chose the props, I happened to choose things that I had in my house, but I was also aware of the fact that they have to be meaningful. If you're not good at the symbolic stuff, you can actually look up what certain objects mean in still life art. They all have different meanings. Candles can represent eternity and life. Books can represent knowledge. Triangle represents the divine trinity, God, Jesus, the Holy Ghost. And the upside down triangle represents femininity. A lot of things have a lot of different meanings. When you're choosing your props, you want to consider using props that interact well with light. So if you look at the ones that I chose here, I have a metallic camera that I knew would reflect the light nicely. I have this feather vest that I knew the light would shine through. And I have candles, which I knew would let off a nice warm glowing light, and a silver candelabra. You want to choose things that are aesthetically pleasing. So, for example, I did have a black camera, but I knew that it would kind of lose its detail if I didn't have enough light on it. So just kind of choose your props wisely. Then next you want to think about arranging them, the composition. So when you're thinking about the composition, you want to use the rule of thirds and the rule of space. In this example, I used the rule of space. If I put this flower on this side, it'd kind of be going off the frame. When I put it on this side, I knew it would be kind of leaning towards the candles and making a leading line, drawing your attention to them. Another example of the composition is the way I stack the books. I kind of staggered them and put the camera on them. I knew that if I put the camera here, it would make too many places for the eyes to focus and maybe feel a little bit unbalanced. It also was getting lost in the feathers. So you just want to play with arranging things, look into compositional rules and things that look good on camera, and have fun with it. So aside from choosing props that look good on camera, they also mean something to me. Let's take a look at why I chose them and what the meaning was. So as I said, my theme is family. So I chose this metronome to symbolize Tony. He's constant, he's stable, and he's always reliable, and also it's a really good looking prop. This fuzzy feather vest that I chose, aside from looking good, it reminded me of my daughter. Feathers in still life art represent hope. And my daughter's just a little ray of light, and she's always sunny and bright and has this ethereal little personality about her. So I thought that those would represent her well. I chose the camera to represent me because I'm always looking and observing and appreciating my family and capturing all of the moments. There are some books here that they mean something to the family personally. And this candelabra has 3 arms for me, Tony, and our daughter. If you look at this candle, it actually has my wedding ring on it, just a little detail. And I also chose this fern because they grow in darkness, and I thought that that was nice symbolism. A lot of things grow, relationships especially when you face some adversity, and I thought that was a nice little touch. And the last prop that I wanted to use is this fur coat. Not a coat I actually use, but it was my grandmother's, and she instilled a lot of family values in me, so it was important and I wanted it to be a part of the shot. The last element of your picture that you'll want to consider is the light. I have a studio, so I happen to use studio lighting, but if you don't, that's okay. My lighting is a 2-light setup. I have this light here that's illuminating the background, and another light that using side lighting is illuminating my subjects. You can use natural light and put everything in front of a window and have some side lighting. I didn't want to use a lot of lights and a lot of front lighting because I knew that it would kind of wash out the picture and also take the dimension out of it. So in a portrait, side lighting might not be flattering, but in this case, it's going to add a lot of dimension and shadows, and that's kind of what I was going for. You're not getting the full effect of the lighting here because I have lights on for this video, but as you can see from the picture, I only use the background lighting and the side lighting to illuminate the scene, and it really is moody and beautiful. So that's pretty much it. I conceptualized my picture, I found props and their meaning, and I arranged them, and then I lit them and took a picture. It's really easy, it's fun, you can be as creative as you want, and it's a really good practice for a lot of different theories in photography. Thank you. This video is a supplement to our book, Stunning Digital Photography. If you want to learn more, check this out. If you're like, hey, readings for dummies, we have videos, you have zero excuses. We have a Blu-ray, because we're from the future, and we have a 4 DVD set, because we're also practically rooted in the past. You can do whatever you want, and you could learn so much from us. Trust me, I'm a professional. Thank you.